You know what makes me so mad, basketball fans? That Dwight.Howard has jumped to the Houston Rockets. But it's some people out there who want to whine and bitch and complain and talk about it's Kobe Bryant's fault that the Lakers is in the predicament that they are in. I want to address that issue. I want to address that right here and get it off of my chest. I want to just say, how is it Kobe Bryant's fault that he wanted to get teach Dwight.Howard how to win a championship? I know Kobe Bryant was vocal. He's a vocal person. He speaks his opinion. Ain't that how you supposed to motivate your teammates? But I go around Facebook and everybody got their own opinions. Everybody got the right for them to express themselves. But how in the hell is it Kobe Bryant's fault that Dwight.Howard went to Houston? Only because he said that he was going to teach Dwight.Howard how to win a championship. Something that Dwight.Howard does not know how to do. Dwight.Howard is not going to win a championship in Houston, so you can forget about that. I got people already saying, "Oh, Dwight.Howard and the Houston Rockets is going to win the championship." On what planet Earth do you think the Houston Rockets have a shot at beating the San Antonio Spurs? Realistically, here, basketball fans out there, people watch basketball out there a lot, right? Houston Rockets is nowhere near the Miami Heat's league, and I hate the Miami Heat. But the dust is settled. Dwight.Howard just took his ass to Houston and expect for him to he's just gonna walk in there and take over James Harden team, because that's the type of person that Dwight.Howard is. He's a self-righteous, he's a crybaby, and he's a jackass. And the moment he just stepped on Staples Center court, he disgraced this logo that I am looking at right here. That's what he did. When he stepped on this logo and ran up and down the court, he disgraced this franchise. He disgraced Magic Johnson. He disgraced Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He disgraced Shaquille O'Neal. He disrespected Kobe Bryant. He disrespected every last Laker that ever wore purple and gold. That's what he did. And a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You know shit about basketball." But to those people, I say, shut the fuck up. Because I know about basketball. And people have no right to judge me because I'm soft-spoken, I'm quiet, but I'm a Lakers fan, and I always been a Lakers fan. And I will never stop being a Lakers fan. And can't nobody else tell me that I can't be a Lakers fan. Everybody got their own teams out there. Hell, I'm not gonna judge. Go judge. What's it? Well, I'm just saying, for example, Peter, because he liked the Chicago Bulls. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you stupid," and you don't have an opinion because you like the Miami Heat. That's not what I'm about. The NBA has a lot of teams. What is it, 30, 32? But out of all those teams, everybody has a fan base. And either you stick with your team or not. And I choose to stick with my team. The Pistons have fans. The Warriors have fans. Just because I'm not from LA don't mean that I can't be a Lakers fan. "Oh, you're not from LA, you can't be a Lakers fan." To those people, I say, just shut up. I've been watching basketball. I was partly a wrestling fan until they went PG, and I was a basketball fan. I was a diehard wrestling fan and a basketball fan at the same time. But it's a lot of people out there who misconceive stuff and take it out of proportion. Dwight.Howard is not paying anybody's bills. We only voice our opinion because we want him to stay and help us. We want him to stay and help our team. But when he goes to another team and does the things he do, we fans get this perception that they get angry and stuff, because all teams and fans, they want to win. They want to win. Miami fans want to win. Cleveland fans want to win. Utah fans want to win. Every team in the NBA, that fans want them to win. But in the Dwight.Howard scenario, Dwight.Howard is just that type of person who don't want to win. This guy is a goofball. And I never really ever seen a person in the NBA like him. This guy went to practice after Kobe Bryant got hurt. I saw it on ESPN and laughed. It made a completely mockery out of Kobe Bryant. I don't know if he was intentionally trying to do that, but he did not take it serious. He was joking. He was clowning. Basketball is not for people to act stupid all the time. But I tell you what, I only got a few more minutes on this video. But I'm trying to talk about the good portion of this video. I tell you what, I'm gonna take the Lakers out of this scenario real quick. I'm gonna take it all the way back to the Chicago Bulls. Okay. We saw what Dwight.Howard did in LA. Just to say, if Dwight.Howard was on the Chicago Bulls 1998-1997 team and didn't want to play with Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen and didn't want to play with Dennis Rodman, Michael Jordan would have said the same thing, but not had Dwight.Howard clowning in that locker room. I bet you bottom dollar that Dwight.Howard would have been on his best behavior if he was in that Chicago Bulls locker room with Dennis Rodman, with Steve Kerr, with Luke Longley, with Ron Harper, with Scottie Pippen, with Phil Jackson. I bet you wouldn't have seen. I bet you Dwight.Howard would have signed right on the dotted line and re-signed with the Chicago Bulls if he was a member of that Bulls team. Because you know what, Michael Jordan wouldn't have had it. Michael Jordan would have not had the bullshit. Michael Jordan wouldn't have put up with the bullshit that Dwight.Howard brings. Michael Jordan would have sit Dwight.Howard down, and Michael Jordan would have bitched his ass himself, and he ain't even the coach. Michael Jordan wouldn't have never had anything to do with Dwight.Howard's clowning ass. Dwight.Howard is a prima donna. He don't know how to win. He didn't know how to win in Orlando. Got to the NBA Finals one time. And you know who stopped him from winning the championship? Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant stopped Dwight.Howard. And I think that's a lot. That comes from a lot of animosity why Dwight.Howard hates Kobe Bryant. Because if you go back to 2009, it was Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers who stopped Dwight.Howard and Stan Van Gundy from winning the championship. It was the Lakers who went to Orlando and beat them on their home court. That's why I always think it was always a chip on Dwight.Howard's shoulders. They had some kind of hatred toward that Lakers team. It don't got nothing to do with this right now. It was always because Kobe Bryant took that title away from him in 2009. And that was his only shot because LeBron James was out of the picture. The Boston Celtics was out of the picture. It was just between the Lakers and the Orlando Magic. But I'm saying, Dwight.Howard wouldn't have did this to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan wouldn't have had the BS. Michael Jordan wouldn't have had him coming out talking about he didn't want to play with Michael Jordan. Just to think about that. What if Dwight.Howard played with Jordan and he said, I don't want to play with the Chicago Bulls. I don't care about no 6 NBA championships. I don't want to play with Scottie Pippen. I don't want to play with Dennis Rodman. I don't want to play with Luke Longley. I don't want to play with Steve Kerr. These Chicago Bulls team is stupid. I don't want to play here. I ain't going to win over in here. Michael Jordan would have looked at Dwight.Howard and he would have told him to get his tail off of the team. Michael Jordan wouldn't even pass the ball to Dwight.Howard. That's the type of person MJ was. MJ was always about focus. He was always hungry. He was the best player ever to play the game. the best player ever, better than LeBron. And I dare say he better than Kobe, because you know who he was? He was Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And a lot of players out here today wish they can be like Michael Jordan. The NBA back then was full of grown men. Patrick Ewing, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Avery Johnson, David Robinson. But now you got people on this team now that want to join forces with each other and go to South Beach, aka LeBron James. They want to sign with multiple players and think they're going to win a championship. Today's NBA needs to wake up, you know. And the people who out there bashing Kobe, you have no idea what you're talking about. You know, they want to bash Kobe Bryant. What was all this a long time ago? This all I've been hearing for the last few years. Bash Kobe this, bash Kobe that. Kobe Bryant, and I'm going to say this in closing before I turn this off. Kobe Bryant is the best player in the NBA next to Michael Jordan. But if you don't like it, just shut the fuck up and move on, okay? He is the best player. 5 championship rings. It compares to 2 championship rings, aka LeBron James. Wake up. Witness greatness when you got greatness. Because when Kobe Bryant gone, you know what fans gonna do? They gonna kiss his ass and they gonna miss him. That's what they gonna do. They gonna miss Kobe when he retired. You ain't gonna have him no more. Since you got him, you might as well appreciate him. And to Dwight.Howard, go suck a bone, you little dog. You'll never get a ring. Bye.